Why is it when we get a lot of rain, the earthworms like to come out and commit suicide on the patio and lay in the water? I've never figured it out. Look at all of them. I mean, they're everywhere. That's a good sign. This guy's still alive. How's it going, buddy? You know, there's worms everywhere. And we had a big, hard rain. So I don't know if they like to just soak in the water. Like, look at all the rains. Now, all this is mulch, but I mean, look at this. I mean, I really don't understand. So if anybody knows the answer of why earthworms like to lay on my back patio and commit suicide, please let me know in the comments below. What's going on, YouTube? Mr. Ferguson here once again. Welcome back to Central North Carolina. The lawn is looking spectacular. We're filming this one on Memorial Day. We did a quick Memorial Day video this past Monday, so go check it out. A lot of people traveling on vacation. It was very to the point, simple, quick video honoring, you know, obviously recognizing why we celebrate Memorial Day, and also just letting you guys know about this mow that we did on Saturday. We got it back down to 3.5 inches in my lawn, and it's doing great. I just looked on my phone and my Yard Mastery app. We are just now hitting, literally today is the 20-day mark of the last time I put fungicides down. So I need to be aware of that, and within the next several days here, I need to be reapplying fungicides. So make sure you're marking it down. If you don't have a journal, if you're not writing it down, if you don't have a digital journal, I recommend the Yard Mastery app. If for no other reason, it has a journal section at the bottom, and you can just type in notes. It keeps track of the day that you made that note, and you can go back and follow up. When did I put down that propiconazole, oxystrobin, whatever? And it tells you, and you're like, oh, I'm in the 20-day window, 21 days. We know it wears off at the most 28 days. So we're gonna go up in the front yard today. I got a unique one for you guys. Since it rained really hard last night, it rained really hard this morning. Again, I cannot believe the difference in this month versus the last 3 years of May. It's just been dry like a desert in North Carolina. This year, it's like we've had dumps of rain every week. It's incredible. I'm loving it, and the lawn is just looking great. That's why we still have the lawn striper on. That's why we're fertilizing. We can do these things with the proper amounts of rain continue to come. So, but we're got a unique one for you today. Let's go in the front yard. I'll show you my project. I've kind of been just paying attention to in the background. We haven't really made a beginning video to this thing, but we're going to end it today because I've got to return the pot to Miss Ferguson. All right, as we mentioned, we had a big amount of rain this morning. Big amount. Lots of rain. Look, again, the suicide continues on my sidewalk. Look at all the worms. I mean, right here, right in front of me, I mean, right below me. I mean, worms just all over the place. Look at that. I wish they would stay in the lawn and continue to aerate for me, but just worms everywhere. I can't believe it. Incredible. So, I apologize for this graphic content on my channel, which is supposed to be family friendly. Look at that. Worms just enjoying, I don't know, it's been raining, so it's not like they're super dehydrated or something, so it just don't make sense to me. So worm experts, let me know. But the lawn continues to look good. I can already tell. I just mowed this literally 2 days ago, and I can tell it's grown from the rain. And if I walk out here, it'd be super mushy, so we're not going to do that. But my lawn, just another quick update, looks fantastic. The Freedom Fert, can't recommend it enough. If you're getting rain, all my fellow North Carolinians, they know what I'm talking about. It's time, throw that stress blend down, throw that protein down, throw some alorgonite down, fertilize. If we're getting this water, you know, obviously we got to pay attention of when it cuts off, but man, it's looking good right now. Well, in the background, I've had this potted grass going. And to the side, I'll show you, this is the GCI turf type tall fescue. But if you remember, Pete actually changed the mixture or blend of that to different cultivars into a spreading fescue. And when he did that, I bought some, and it's still kind of wet up here from the top. I've been hand cutting this. Sometimes I just take the weed eater. That's why you'll see some of it maybe shredded. Let me see some. Well, I'm trying to find the shredded ones. Maybe back over here, like this guy. See how he's shredded from the weed eater right there, shredding the tips of the grass. But the other ones you'll notice is pretty fairly nice cut. We did it with a pair of scissors, and I've cut it several times. here's one that I missed that's pretty long here, but this is the new GCI turf type tall fescue spreading fescue blend. And the idea of this, when my wife, it was at the end of last year, I looked back to the pictures and say, did I take a picture when we started this? And unfortunately I did not. It looks like she bought this at Sam's Club, because there's member's mark right there where she got this pot. But you can see it's like a 3-foot tall, you know, tomato plant. This is what she grew her tomatoes in last year. It's time to free the bird, you know, get this thing out. And I think I know I'm going to put this out by the shed maybe. And since it rained this morning really well, it should be easy to dig a hole to stick this into. I don't want to kill this grass. I just don't like that. That would hurt my soul. So I want to keep it around, but I thought it would be cool to just pull this sucker out of the pot, give it back to Miss Ferguson, and just show you the roots on this thing. The only time I have seen this grass blend right here stress out was in that period where we had the bank stressing out really bad, and over here on the side of the house, you know, behind the wind chimes and everything over there, when that turned white, this started to shrivel up. And even in this pot, and we know this is all good potting soil, so we haven't done anything. I think I squirted it once with some type of maybe the 505 from GCI Turf, or the 2000. I hit it, like just squirted it on there and watered it in maybe. I did hit it with Hydrotane. Besides that, I didn't actively like come and water this thing. It's just set here in the elements. It got rain or it didn't get rain. So it did shrivel up one time. And you do notice, like down here, ow, it does look like at some point it did get affected by fungus. I haven't sprayed it with fungicides, so it's just kind of been out here in the wild. But there you go. It looks like some of this has curled up and died, and maybe some fungus spores have gotten on it. You can see the blade right there, a little bit of lesions, and it's curled up on the end clearly. There is a weed. Looks like there's a weed that's popped up down here as well. But overall, and you can see when we bend it back, there's some discolorization on the end. Mainly, there you go, right there's one spot. This guy down here, you can see how bad that blade looks like. It doesn't look like it's spreading over here. We showed you this part. So besides that, but here it's super thick, obviously in the middle. I mean, this is thick. I can't even hardly get my hand in there. Look at that. It's like a, I don't know, maybe it's too much seed, because here's how I planted it. When this was bare pot, I took some GCI seed and I planted that seed right in the middle, just boom, right in the middle. And my thought was, well, let's see if it blossoms out and spreads all the way around this pot. It's kind of done that, not so much down here. It looks like it's kind of, and it's like, can we see the spreading capabilities? Well, I think that was kind of stupid now, because it's so mature. It's at least 4 months old, not so much over here. Looks like maybe a seed. Now, because it's very difficult, did one of the seeds blow over here and it just germinated, or did it actually spread over here? I'm not sure, but I can tell you this new blend looks beautiful, and you can tell compared to the grass behind it, this looks pretty dark. I think naturally it's a shade darker than what I have out here in my front lawn. So I do think that one of the new blend of GCI Turf Type Tall Fescue, if you do plan to purchase that and maybe sow it in your lawn this fall, it is a darker blend. The old blend is gone, so this is all the new stuff, and it is a spreading fescue. They kind of combined Spreader Elite with GCI Turf Type Tall Fescue, so you've got this new GCI turf now that will spread and self-repair over time. So that's kind of just the video. We're gonna pull this sucker out. I'm just curious, how deep is the roots? You know, did it go all the way down to the bottom of this potted pot here? Or is it somewhere in the bottom? We talk about a lot about on the bank. It stresses out on the bank a lot up here because of what's under the soil, the rocks and stuff that block the roots. Well, clearly with a pot full of topsoil, it can go straight down, and we may have roots that are literally this 3 foot deep as this pot. I don't know. So I'm gonna figure out how to get this in the back. We may throw a tarp down to save the dirt and be able to dump that in the lawn somewhere. But let's see if we can pull this sucker out, and then we'll just basically throw it back near the shed, and one of the dirt spots, we'll dig a hole and throw it in there. But let's just be curious and see if it's all big one. Obviously it's a clumping plant. Fescue is not, this is not one plant. This is several seeds that just join together and look awesome and give it an awesome look. But let's just pull it out of the pot, and we'll replant it somewhere in the lawn. So we got the tarp just in case. Obviously, we have the dead worms everywhere. So we'll just try to pull this out and just take a look at it on the tarp here. So all the dirt, I'll try to keep on the tarp. Let's see how difficult it is. I've never done this before. So we've got a, I don't know, 2.5 foot tall pot full of fescue. Well, let's see how difficult it is to pull it out. And let's just show you that and just take a look at the plant. I'm no plant expert. I know you got the leaf, you got the crown of the plant, and then you got the roots. That's about all I know. I haven't looked this up and researched it, but I just want to see, with good soil, should these roots be all the way at the bottom after 4 months plus being in this pot with random rain? It's healthy looking on top. We've cut it several times. Let's start taking it out of the pot and see what happens here. There it is. Huh? Root bound. Yeah, Miss Ferguson says probably root bound. Again, this is not my expertise. Let's see. Oh. Wow. All right, so it came out clean. Look at that. Look at that. So it looks exactly like the bowl. So we got roots everywhere. Let me see if I can drop this down lower. You guys don't need to see me. So Miss Ferguson has got the bottom, and obviously it's rained several days, the past 2 days, and she's saying on the bottom here, you got roots right here. You got some really deep roots right here too, it looks like. But some of this is likely from the tomatoes. But don't... The very bottom. Yeah, the very bottom. If we... But that could be tomato too. She's saying it could be from tomato down here. All of these roots. We got lots of roots. I know. I see that. You got lots of roots down here that have just been sitting. There's some thick mothers too. Look at that. That could be tomato. There's a seed or what looks to be the potting soil stuff. So I don't know. Let's separate maybe some of the dirt. You think? I don't know. Never done anything like this. This is kind of a weird video. So let's separate. Let's try to follow this guy. So this guy alone, this little guy is showing some roots right here. And that's a little plant. So we'll set them off to the side. See if we can get some of these mature. This is tomato. Those are tomatoes. So it looks like some of the bottom stuff is all tomato roots. Because there's...
I think you need to just section it and make little individual plugs out of it. I think that's going to be the easiest.
We don't have that much room. We don't have spots for all this. So you can just see up close with a better view. This is where all the, looks like spider webs. She's thinking, you see these dots, this is where the pot indentions were right here. Sorry, not holding the camera right. These holes right here and right here. But she thinks these are... Some of this is
grass.
Yeah, some of the grass has made it this far down.
I didn't expect the roots of the grass to be that.
But we don't know what this is. So this could all be the fescue, is what... But I don't know, and that's pretty amazing. Jonathan Green talks about 4 feet of roots. This is the GCI turf, 100% GCI turf, and it looks like some of this, it could have all the way come down. We're going to see some of this in the St. Augustine. Did the CK make these roots, these tap roots, thicker as it claims to do with the sea kelp or not? So we'll break this down. I thought it would be more exciting. I thought it might unclump a little better. You can see this guy, we pulled him out. This is a, very small piece of tall fescue here. And it's already got roots as tall as my hand. Even longer, actually. If we was to stretch these out a little longer, it actually goes a little longer than my hand. So when you have good soil, you can see they'll go down. I mean, they'll go down pretty deep, but when we have rocks and all of that in our way, it just goes to show if you got good, soft, compact, if you put topsoil, you get all the rocks, you take the time to put all the effort into a new lawn, new home of having the landscaper come and continuously drag the rocks out, put fresh topsoil on top, a good layer, it makes a difference because your roots can get down way deeper and it's less affected. I told you guys, only through that drought when all of this over here was turning white, did this show signs of stress at the top because it had deep roots, and I guess some of that moisture was gathering at the bottom of the pot. So anyways, let's we'll try to break this up. If we find anything else interesting, we'll show it to you here in a second. So this is pretty cool. I mean, it's tough. This is bound together really well, but look at this. I mean, just look how tall that is. This is all bound together, and I'm having to really separate it by hand. But I mean, look how deep those roots are. I mean, that's up to the bottom root. The plant, obviously, it's about just over my kneecap, but if you're looking at the blade, it's up to my hip. And you can see, look at the inside, like inside quote, if we were to do a side cut view of the plant, how cool that is. I don't know if this is the crown down here, if these are shoots, maybe, if I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. I should probably know that, but that's just a really cool view of the plant. But just look at how long and bound all of these are, and it probably got down to the bottom and had nowhere else to go, and like she said, it was just wrapped around the bowl. Root bound, she's saying. I guess you see this a lot in flowers and things of that nature, but that's, I mean, that's crazy. That's what we want in lawn care, because then again, you don't have to worry so much about water. And look how dark and rich this potting soil is. I'm sure it's loving it. It's just tons and tons and tons of roots. So I think you get the gist and you get the point. So that's all pretty much going to be the same. It'd be cool to have a taller pot and do it again and see just how much, get off me, earwig, how deep can it really go? I mean, what's the limit of to where the roots will go? If you have a 10-foot tall pot, will it go down 10 feet all the way to the bottom and get that far down? But that is just really cool. So just wanted to show you guys that, and that's what I was looking at. It's cool to get, like, if you slice your lawn in half, what are you going to see? And I don't know, is this healthy? It looks healthy to me as far as looking at all that. But yeah, it's just kind of cool to experiment like that, in my opinion, to look at some healthy grass and to look at what it looks like if you was to do this in your lawn. So again, pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. As you can see, this is just really bound together here by the roots. So we'll probably just pull some of this apart, throw it back in the pot for whatever we're going to do next. And again, she was pulling this guy off. He looks like maybe he's a little bit, maybe a little bit less, a little bit shorter, but still, look at all those roots coming down there. That's pretty insane. So we're going to do a similar test. It's cool to do this with fescue. I know a lot of you were saying, Mr. Ferguson, with your RGS versus starter fert and all that stuff, you should do fescue, and this is the best I can do with that. We started this 6 months ago or so, 4 months, 6 months, something like that. So anyways, we kind of broke it down. We've got deep roots. It's pretty cool to look at. We're not going to wash this or anything. We're making a mess. So we're going to just break these off. I think she's planted some over here in some gaps in the lawn, but we're just going to go and plug these back in by the shed over here and let it grow and blend in with the rest of the fescue in the lawn. We go. It is definitely wet. You can see the dirt when I dug the hole. I forgot to bring the camera down when I started the hole, but it's very wet. And the water, you'll see by my daughter's bike and everything back here in the woods, the water flows down here. That's why you see so many exposed roots back here. And it just flows all the way back here behind the shed. There's a little creek back here in the back. So some of that water clearly could trickle this way. And when I begin to dig the hole, it began to fill up with water. So underneath the surface, there is water being held back by roots or something. So like right here, it is the mushiest. It's not so bad now, but it's like jelly. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of jelly. It should harden up over time with dryness. Depends on if it rains. This could all get washed out tonight. I don't know. So we'll see. Here's another test we can try. I purposefully separated it. It couldn't fit. The majority of the hole I dug, the big spot, we just plopped it down in there. So hopefully with the roots, with all these trees and stuff, and the tree that's right here, I'm hoping these roots can get down and keep going. There's plenty of water down there, so it should be fine in that regard. But let's see, does this spread? Obviously it's much taller, and it's down level with the dirt. It's down level. It may be up just a hair, but it is definitely taller than the rest of my lawn. And so we'll have to trim this down. But remind me over the course of, you know, next fall and everything when we're overseeding, let's see, does this spreading fescue begin to spread in this area? You can see I've done a poor job taking care of this. Some of this grass right here died out. We had this as a little rectangle before. But if I back up in the mud here, you can just see the lawn kind of ends right here where this root is. It's just been dirt. And then we've got rocks and some of the die-off right here. And then this is mainly what we maintain up here. So let's see, over time, will this begin to spread and will we have fescue pop up? You know, up to, we'll have to take a picture of this, and I need to save it in my phone, of this day and what we did to see, does this begin to spread? Does it begin to connect? Do we start getting an edge here like we have back there? Or does this die out? Does it wash away? What happens? We don't know. So kind of a different video, a little more work and activity than some guy talking. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think will happen. Let me know your education on the grass plant itself, and how deep you've maybe done this before and found roots get how deep, and your thoughts on the earthworms and all that good stuff. So it's been a little fun project. I think it's time to wrap up the tarp over here. I feel raindrops from the trees now. So hopefully it's not about to rain again. But thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to clean up this little project mess here, and hopefully we'll see you on the next lawn care video here in beautiful, windy Central North Carolina. God bless you guys.